Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my Game of Thrones Legends mobile game content. So I'm sorry about the break in content. I haven't made any content for about a week now. Been dealing with some family medical issues, but that's all good and done, and now I'm back. So I have some big news for you. I want to report on something that you've probably already seen, but you may not have watched that video, so I want to make sure you see it somewhere. So you're going to see it on mine if you haven't seen it already. But there's been a big breakthrough. It was reported on first by Lil C24, a YouTuber that makes content on Game of Thrones and is also a member of the Valerian Steel house, which is the first house, I am pretty sure, to see this, as they were one of the ones that reported on it first that I saw anywhere. So props to them. They've been doing wonderful work over in their house because they're pushing content that just about nobody else is getting to. I think there's only just a couple of other houses like Night's Watch and maybe another one that is actually at the level of content that they're at. They're doing 10 skull difficulty dragons right now, and what they have learned, which is huge, because honestly I do not know if this was already in game or if this was something that was kind of stealth added without anybody knowing because of all the crying that's been going on in the community about the rewards on the legendary assault. If you're anybody that's somebody that does legendary assaults on a normal basis, you know how pitiful the rewards are for the amount of effort that these houses are putting into these, and we're one of those houses that's putting in a ton of effort, honestly, because we are about to step up to 9 skull dragons ourselves, so we get it in the Three-Eyed Ravens that this content is super hard, and it takes a committed group. It takes people 30 of 30 that will commit to hit these dragons and that will commit to using all their attacks and being there at all times of the day and building their teams up to an insanely powerful level and leveling all their gear and, you know, researching strategies to try to figure out what works good and what doesn't. I mean, it takes an insane amount of coordination and work for these houses to get to these levels, and the rewards are just pitiful. I mean, they're just pitiful. I can't defend them. I just really cannot defend them because there's just nothing in the rewards that justifies the amount of effort that goes into these battles. And Valerian Steel, the house that finally started beating 10 skull dragons on a regular basis, started to let us know that, you know, hey, we're starting to see some better loot from these dragons. And they reported that, let me get to it so I can show you. They reported that, yes, there is the ability to get legendary gear from a dragon now. We did not know that. This is the first time we have ever seen this happen, and we do not believe, or they do not believe, that this is something that happens every single time you beat a 10 skull dragon, because they have not seen this show up every single time. We think that it's just a chance type event. If you get into a certain level of rewards based on how you performed, you have a chance to receive legendary gear. But this is a screenshot from Lil C's video where he showed the actual loot table that was given for whoever it was that killed this dragon in that house, Valerian Steel. This is the piece of legendary gear they got, and you can see that it was actually a really good one too, because it was a protector. It was the chest slot, so I mean, it was a really good piece. So whoever got that, I'm sure they were very thrilled with this. This changes the game, it really does. Because if you think about it, all these dragons that we've been fighting beforehand, we've just been getting some purple tokens, maybe 2, depending on how well you did, some gold dragons, some skill books, and then some just epic gear, which is meaningless to us at this stage, because if you're at 10 skull dragons, you don't need epic gear. You get that plenty enough from events and raids and any skill book farming that you do to try to get your skills up, you've got hundreds of epic gear. You don't need more. So this stuff without this legendary gear is just a joke. And but this right here is very important, because that does mean that there is hope. And like I said, I'm not 100% sure that this was always in the game, or if this was something that was stealth added, later after the fact, because a lot of us have been doing a lot of crying about this, because we need the developers of the game to look at this situation and fix it. Because if Legendary Assault is the only content we have as a guild that we can do together, then we need those rewards to be better. That's just all there is to it. Until you give us a different game mode where we can actually compete together as an alliance, as a house, and earn rewards, we gotta have better. You gotta do better. Zynga, you've gotta do better. Okay? So, but anyway, that shows us that is possible, and that gives us a big hope, that people can actually get rewarded somehow for the effort they're putting into these teams. Right now, if we look at ours, we can look at the loot table and you can kind of get an idea of what I'm meaning. But for a 9-skull dragon, you have number 1 on the leaderboard gets this black chest, and then on a 9-skull variant, 2 or 3 gets also the black chest, and then you have the Lord version, which also gets the black chest on a 9-skull or above. So when you're looking at the loot table on a 9-skull or above, you will see 3 black chests, and we think, and that's what they are saying, that anybody who gets 3% or more damage, or ranks 1, 2, or 3 on the leaderboard, has a chance to get that legendary gear out of these 3 black chests. Just imagine these 2 are the black ones. As you can see, we're currently on our last 8-skull dragon right now, and we're hoping to move up to the 9s next, and then I'll be able to accurately show you the loot table rewards, which show 3 black chests here. And those are the ones that we believe have the possibility to drop the legendary gear. So you really need to try to shoot for, if you're interested in trying to do this, and I don't know why you wouldn't be, because that's what everybody's wanting to get, is legendary gear. You need to shoot for doing 3% or more damage, ranking 1, 2, or 3 on the leaderboard, and then we think you have the ability to get that legendary gear in your reward. Now, there's been talk lately of the top houses like Night's Watch, Valerian Steel. They've been kind of, communicating with me and saying that it is possible that 10-skull dragons may be the top of the progression, and it may end there, because like Night's Watch was saying, they could have swore that they've beaten enough dragons to where they should have progressed to 11 now, if that was going to be a thing, and it hasn't happened. So I'm kind of holding my breath and just waiting to hear back from any one of them to let me know that, hey, yeah, we think that 10 skulls is the top of the progression, but we'll sure let you know that if we can find that out coming up soon. So anyway, that was what I had for you today. I know that this has already been reported on by Lil C, and I'll put a link to his video in my description so that you can see where the first news post was made about that, to give them credit. But this is big news, so I want to report on it too. You may not see it on that video, but I want to make sure you see it somewhere, so we're going to get that out there and let you know. Be sure to check the description of my video also for a link to my Discord, because we have a thriving, active community that likes to talk about the game, likes to hang out together and help each other, do team builds, answer questions, just, chat about the game and what we love about it. So it's a great community, and we'd love to have you there. So if you're interested, check out that link and be sure and see that. I also recruit for my house out of that Discord. So the Three-Eyed Ravens, the original Three-Eyed Ravens, the OG Three-Eyed Ravens, there are multiple houses with that name because the game doesn't allow us to have unique house names, which is dumb. But anyway, be sure you're looking at the right one. If you're interested in applying, let me know. We are accepting members of 500,000 power or more and have a very serious legendary assault team. So if you have less than that, please don't message me at 300,000 power and say, can I join? Because that's just, at the level of content we're at, that's not what we're looking for, guys. We need somebody that can actually survive a dragon strike at that level. But be sure and look at that. And then we also have another house that we recruit for out of that Discord called Valerian Steel. If you're interested in joining one of our 2 houses, then let me know. I have an awesome Discord member named Astrid Moon Goddess, which leads that house for us all, and she does a wonderful job. So be sure and let us know if you're interested in joining active communities, and you apply on the Discord and message me and let me know, and we'll talk. But anyway, thank you for watching my content today. I really appreciate your time, and I hope to see you watching some more content with me in the future. If you've liked it and it's entertained you in any way, then please think about subscribing or commenting, so that we can interact with you, and that subscribe really helps me. That subscribe and like helps me push my content out to the algorithm to get it to more people out there so they can see it and interact with it, and that would be great. I would really, really appreciate that. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day in Game of Thrones Legends. Peace.